Hello, and welcome to our Torch Award for Ethics information session. Thank you all for viewing the information session today. I appreciate your interest, and I hope that I can give you a little more information on what we have going on this year and a little more. So we'll get started. My purpose today is to present you with all the information you need to successfully fill out a TorchWord application. And my goal is that you walk away from this session with the knowledge you need to do so. So please, after this presentation, if you have any further questions or anything else at all that I can help you with, please send those inquiries to my email or give me a call, and that contact information will be at the end of the session. So first, I'd just like to start with an overview of the history of our BBB Center for Character Ethics and move into the history of the Torch Awards for Ethics itself. As many of you may know, BBB works to promote high standards of business ethics, and one way we strive to help local businesses operate in that mindset is through our Center for Character Ethics, which was founded in 2006 as an extension of BBB's mission to advance business trust. The Center for Character Ethics helps to create a community of trustworthy businesses through assessment, training, and recognition programs that provide a roadmap for the leaders in our community. Other than the Torch Awards, we also offer our Spark Awards for young entrepreneurs and organizations that are sparking trust in the community, our Students of Integrity Scholarship for exceptional high school seniors, and our Laws of Life essay contest for middle schoolers. BBB's Torch Award for Ethics specifically were created to showcase ethical organizations in Central Ohio that build trust in their industry and their community. The award program has evolved a lot since it began locally in 1994, but the concept remains the same: to publicly recognize local companies that have practices in place that elevate their commitment to ethical business. We have distilled our intentional focus on trust and ethics into 4 C's: character, culture, customers, and community. This is the basis for the Torch Award entry process, and we will dive a little more into the 4 C's once we discuss eligibility and the judging process. To be eligible for our Torch Award for Ethics, we are open to for-profit 501c3 and 501c6 organizations of all sizes across BBB's 21 county service area. BBB accreditation is not required to apply for the Torch Award, but we do ask that you have at least a B rating with our BBB. And you can find out whether you have that just by shooting me an email or looking on our website. We also ask that any 501c3 nonprofit applicants have completed the charity standards evaluation process and meet all the BBB standards for charity accountability. Organizations must have been in business for 3 years, and all financial obligations must be met. Applicants are not eligible if they've received the Torch Award in the past 5 years, but anyone 6 years or plus is welcome to apply again, and we do not accept applications from government agencies. Our entries are evaluated by an independent voluntary panel of judges, and those are, our volunteer group is comprised of business and community leaders that have a high value for ethics, and your written submission, including examples, should provide a robust depiction of your organization's focus on the 4 C's that we mentioned earlier. So we will go through those 4 C's here shortly. And supporting documents and attachments can range from, like this says, handbooks, internal documents. We love to see photos from events, anything that's really showing that you're doing what you say you're doing in your application. So now we'll dive a little more into the 4 C's. First, our application starts with character. Trust rises from the top, and leadership must choose trust. This section is going to focus on your leadership and how they lead by example with high character. The next section is culture. This section is going to show that you choose a culture of trust, and that's the entire organization, and that you're fostering trust in the best way possible among your team members and among your community. Which brings us to customers. We like to see that you're prioritizing trust with your customers because we believe that results in stronger customer relationships. And the last C is community. We want to see how you are being a proactive and authentic partner in your community. So with those 4 C's being said, we do encourage you to not leave any of the answers blank. So even if your focus is on one of the C's, we highly recommend that you address each one of the C's and how they apply to your organization. And there are quite a few prompts that you'll notice on the application, but it is not necessary to answer each one of the prompts. As long as you're giving us a very robust idea of how you are promoting each one of these C's and how that leads back to trust in your organization, we are happy to take that as an answer for each category. And then just one tip that we like to give about attaching documents to your application. If you attach a full document, make sure that you are addressing these specific areas in that document that set you apart, and kind of lead it back to your answer in the application. So if you put your, for example, employee handbook on your application, that's great. But we do want to see and be directed to what would set your employee handbook apart and what specific parts of that are contributing to growing trust in that category. Okay, and our Torch Award submission deadline for entries is August 31st. And our celebration this year is going to be November 8th. And that will be at Ohio State's Ohio Union. If you have any questions at all, or would like more information on anything that I just went over, please contact me at this email address or at this phone number. I'm happy to help you in any way I can with your application or anything that might be a little confusing. So I am going to go ahead and unmute the audience, and just so you know, you do need to, after I unmute you, you will need to unmute yourself if you have any questions. I'll open it up to any questions or anything that I can help you with. You're also welcome to drop any of those into the questions section. So I have unmuted everyone. If anyone has any questions, please do feel free to unmute yourselves and ask away. Okay, it doesn't look like we have any questions at the moment. So I am going to go ahead and wrap up this webinar. And again, please do feel free to email or call me with any questions you have at the contact information on the screen. I appreciate you all attending today, and I hope to hear from you soon.